Hey, it's Tony here at Smart Toyota in Madison. Hey, today we've got a brand new 2022 Toyota 4Runner. New color for 2022, exclusive for the TRD Pro, Lime Rush. So in this video I'm going to walk around the exterior and then we'll dive inside and discover what's new or what's not for 2022. Okay, beginning up front, I wanted to talk about the headlights and then we'll move on to the grille and such. So on the TRD Pro for 2022, the headlights are complete LED. So we've got LED high beams, LED low beams, LED daytime running lights, and then high performance LED tail lights are going to be standard for 2022 on the TRD Pro. Also, we do not have the turn signals in the mirrors on the TRD Pro as we would have on a limited edition. Swing around to the back and take a look at the rear tail lights. You can see same crystal clear lenses that we had in 2021. So as far as the lighting setup, really not much has changed for 2022, but I did want to demonstrate those before we go ahead and take a look at the other features up front. So down in the lower bumpers where they've wrapped those fog lights, and they're surrounded by this high impact ABS plastic. Now the vents here, these don't open into the wheel walls. Those are a faux vent, simply there for the styling on the 4Runner. Let me know in the comments if you like the look of the front end on the 4Runner TRD Pro. Also, TRD Pro has the faux hood scoop here, and it's surrounded by a matte black finish applique. Now this is not a functional hood scoop. It does not go into the engine. It's simply there for the looks, the cosmetics of it, but I think it looks pretty nice on there. Gives it a nice aggressive off-road look and appeal. The front grille on the TRD Pro is unique to the TRD Pro with the Toyota badging, and that's actually a raised letter Toyota attached to the front of the grille. Matte black finish with the gray mesh grille. We do have our forward facing camera here, part of our multi-terrain select, so you can see what's in front of the vehicle when you're off-road. Super handy for heavy duty off-road driving. Behind that black panel, that's where the sonar radar detectors are, the sensors for that. And then the lower bumper is the matte black finish as well. And then of course down underneath we see that iconic TRD aluminum skid plate, super heavy duty. This particular skid plate is only available on the TRD Pro. There's two tow hooks up front, one right there and a second one over on the side here if you need to tow your friends out of the ditch. You know, those guys driving around in Jeep Wranglers, you're going to be able to do that with the TRD Pro. Sliding around to the side, go ahead and take a look at the profile there. And these wheels are the TRD wheels. They're cast aluminum wheels, 17-inch, kind of a matte black painted finish with the TRD red badge in the center. And then the tires are unique for the TRD Pro as well. They're a 265/70 series, so a nice wide sidewall. And these are the Nitto Terra Grappler tires. Really great tire for off-road. Should get you covered for driving right off the dealer's lot and doing some heavy off-road driving this weekend. We do have color to match over fenders on the TRD Pro, as opposed to the TRD Off-Road where those are a matte black finish. Mirrors, as I mentioned, are do not have the turn signals in them. They are colored to match. They do fold in. They do break away. They do have blind spot monitoring. They're also heated and of course power operated. But then part of the camera system on here, there's an additional camera here underneath the mirror that allows you to see this side of the vehicle when you're doing that off-roading, to see what the terrain looks like on the sides of the vehicle. Door handles are painted colored to match. We do have smart keyless entry, so you don't have to take your key out of your pocket to get in. The B pillars matte black finish. We do have the power sliding factory moonroof. Nice feature for doing that off-road driving. And then of course we have that huge cargo rack up there with plenty of places to tie items down, and you can remove that of course if you want to. Privacy glass on all of the back windows. Blacked out TRD Pro badging here on the side. You'll also see that on the back. And then we do have the factory running boards here as well. Really nice high quality running board. Factory mud guards. Notice as we swing around to the back here, the rear mud guards are elongated compared to the front. And then we do have the blacked out TRD exhaust pipe coming out the back there. I'm going to go ahead and turn the wheels out so we can take a look at that front suspension. Okay, diving under the front suspension, I want to show you the stabilizer bar up front here. Also the TRD Fox shocks there as well, and of course those iconic red TRD coil springs. So not a lot needed to change the suspension on this unless you're just going to go nuts and want to spend a lot of money. This vehicle will handle pretty much anything you'll throw at it with the standard suspension. So if you did want to spend some extra bucks and upgrade the suspension even more, feel free to do that, but it may or may not be really necessary. Most people that buy these find the factory suspension with the Fox shock setup to be perfect for what they're doing the majority of the time. Let's go ahead and swing around to the back here. So here at the back we do have the color to match spoiler up top. Also a matte black finish on your shark fin antenna. You can just see it underneath there. LED third brake light. Privacy glass on the rear window. This does roll down. Rear window defrost. Rear washer wiper tucked up underneath here. And then we have the 4RUNNER badging in chrome. Power door lock. Matte black finish up and around the Toyota logo there. There's also a backup camera here. Blacked out TRD badging there. We do have a sill plate here for the tailgate. The tailgate is not power, but I did want to show you one of the nice things about the bumper on here is it's super wide. You can see it's about a foot wide, so you're going to be able to put your foot up there, sit down on the bumper, change out your hunting, hiking, or ski boots. So that's a feature that not a lot of SUVs have anymore, but it sure comes in handy when you've been out hunting and such. As I mentioned, no power tailgate on the 4RUNNER. It's not too bad, not too hard to put down though. The lower part of the bumper, the fascia here, is just like we saw on the front bumper with the kind of that matte black finish. Here's your trailer towing receiver. You've got a full-size spare tire up underneath, and that's not a TRD wheel. It's just a full-size temporary spare tire. We do have 7-pin plugs right here, and also 4-pin plugs right there for your trailer towing. Here's your rear tow hook, and let's see if I can get the camera up under here and get a look at that TRD suspension. I can't see what you see, but hopefully you can see the Fox shocks up underneath there. So this is the top of the line in the Toyota 4RUNNER in terms of the off-road edition. Of course, if you're looking for more of a luxury ride, you might want to consider the Limited. It's not as rugged as this is, but it does give you the luxury ride. So let's go ahead and pop the hood and check out the engine. Under the hood on the 4RUNNER, all 4RUNNERs, they share the same gasoline engine. So no hybrid available yet on the 4RUNNER. This is a tried and true engine. It's been in the 4Runner for years. So it's a 4-liter V6, 24 valve with VVTi, variable valve timing, gasoline engine connected to a 5-speed automatic transmission. So it puts out 270 horsepower, 278 foot-pounds of torque. It does come with part-time 4-wheel drive, multi-terrain select, which is an amazing off-road capability, downhill assist, heavy-duty battery, heavy-duty radiator, as it's already set up to tow. The warranty on the engine and the transmission, that's going to be a 5-year, 60,000 mile powertrain warranty. And then also that covers the 4-wheel drive system. Also, every Toyota does come with Toyota Care, so that covers your basic maintenance. So your oil changes, all of your fluid top-offs, and your tire rotations, that's going to be covered by Toyota at no additional charge. So anything that they recommend for 2 years or 25,000 miles, regular maintenance, Toyota is going to take care of that for you. And that literally will save you hundreds of dollars over the first 2 years of ownership. Also, if you bring it to Smart Toyota to have that maintenance work done, we also include a complimentary car wash. It's another $5 or $6 value, but every little bit adds up. And instead of paying for a car wash yourself, you're going to be able to get an extra Starbucks, I guess. So let's go ahead and dive inside and check out the interior. Okay, before we jump in, we'll stop here on the door and take a look at the door panel. It's an all-black door panel with a padded armrest, red TRD contrast stitching here in the door panel as well. Power windows are up here. They're all auto down. They're backlit, power mirror locks, power door locks. Then they use some of this gloss charcoal gray trim here, so it's not black, it's more of a metallic charcoal gray trim. Chrome door handle. There is an odds and ends pocket here on the door, nice place to throw your pocket change. And then we have a speaker down in the door, 2 bottle holders, and then another odds and ends pocket down here as well. And then way down here there's a puddle light that lights up so you don't obviously step in a puddle. We do have a full power driver seat with power lumbar support and a power recliner. The passenger seat is a 4-way power seat. And then the seats themselves, these are going to be a Softech fabric seat, bucket seat with the embroidered TRD badge there in the center of the seat. Also there's some red contrast stitching down here, and then also airbags in the side of the seat as well. Height adjustable headrest with height adjustable seat belts there. You can see the moonroof up there as well. Over on the dashboard down here on the side, there's a number of switches. Power mirror switches, dimmer switch for your dash lights, auto high beams, so we do have those auto high and low beams. Here's your 360 view. That's going to be really awesome when you're off-road. You'll be able to see the terrain using the cameras. 120 volt on and off switch, and that controls the power outlet in the trunk. Front window de-icer switch is here. Hood release is here. The 4Runner does have a tilt and telescoping steering wheel, so you just pull that handle down there and then you're able to move it up and down or pull it in and out for your own liking. Across the front of the dashboard there are 4 vents like this, and they have on and off switches there as well. Let's go ahead and jump in the driver's seat. So the steering wheel on the 4Runner is the older style steering wheel for Toyota. I think when they redesign it they'll have the newer version, but this is a 4-spoke steering wheel, and it does have this metallic trim, gray metallic, that we saw on the door panels as well. And then there are a number of switches here. These are the controls right here for the information center, which is located up in the gauge cluster. Then we also have switches here for our dynamic radar cruise control, lane departure on and off. Do have a driver's side airbag and a Toyota badge here. Also, we have sound system controls, so you can control your radio, voice activation, and then we have Bluetooth connectivity for your smartphone. The steering wheel itself is leather wrapped. It's perforated on the edge, on the sides, and then solid leather up here on the top. So a really nice, comfortable steering wheel. Take a look at our gauge cluster. You can see we have silver bezels around all of the gauges. I'm going to go ahead and start it up. We do have smart keyless entry, which gives you that push button start, and then you do get 2 of the remote fobs for the keyless entry. So let's start it up and see what it looks like. Kind of a nice animation when it first lights up, and then all your gauges obviously come alive. I love those red needles, those mechanical needles at night. They're really super easy to read. So you've got your tach and your temperature on the left-hand side, and then you've got your fuel gauge and your speedometer over here on the right hand. And then here in the center is where we've got the information center. So we've got a trip computer, a fuel computer, and then we can use these controls right here to be able to toggle through or move through some of the options. So as we slide through here, here's our steering angle, there's our compass, our sound system settings are there, and then we can move through and set up our lane departure, pre-collision, blind spot monitoring, rear cross traffic alert. So all of those items can be personalized for your own liking. So it's a really pretty easy gauge cluster to read and see, and you can see out the front we have really good visibility out the front window as well. Now I wanted to point out I'm parked right about 1.5 feet away from that snow pile right there. I want to show you that when we head over to the center stack, and we'll take a look at the forward-facing camera. But before we get there, on the right-hand side, these are our washer wiper controls. We do have front and rear washer wipers. And then over on the left-hand side, this is where we have our controls to be able to turn on and off our fog lights and our headlights. And the headlights also have automatic on and off. So auto high beams and also auto on and off for the headlights. Okay, let's take a look at the center stack here, kind of work through this. There's a digital clock up here on the dash, and then 2 more vents. And then as we move down, I want to point out this is all surrounded by that high gloss, it's kind of a gunmetal or charcoal gray trim, as we saw in the steering wheel and also on the door panel. And then here's our center stack. Couple things I want to point out on here. We do have dynamic navigation with your touch screen, and that works really well. We also have our audio settings. A couple great things here. There's Sirius satellite radio, of course AM, FM, Bluetooth, Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, and Alexa compatible. So, and this is the JBL sound system, so it's Toyota's best speaker system. It sounds awesome. I would turn it on, but YouTube doesn't like that, and they would give me a copyright strike. So you'll have to stop by the dealership and give it a listen, decide for yourself. Over on the left-hand side, we've got our temperature controls. So we do have automatic temperature controls here, and you can see it controls either both front driver, front passenger, or the front passenger can turn on their own temperature controls. So dual temperature controls. Then we have different ways that we can direct the air using these large buttons. These large buttons are awesome because when you have your gloves on, they're super easy to tap on. We've got front window defrost, rear window defrost, which also activates the heated outside mirrors. So when you hit your rear window defrost, your outside mirrors, they're going to de-ice as well. And then I'm going to go ahead and switch it into reverse so you can see the backup camera. So there's your panoramic view, so you can see all the way around the vehicle before you start to drive. And then notice we have dynamic grid lines, so that's looking out the back right now when the vehicle's in reverse. Switch it back to drive here so I can show you some of the items down below. So we've got USB ports here for charging, 12-volt charging here, storage compartment, another one right here where I've got my glasses. And then as we look down to the center console, they have kind of a faux carbon fiber trim here on the center console. There's a cup holder here. We've got our manual shifter for our 2 high, 4 high, and 4 low. Kind of an odds and ends tray here. Our shifter on the TRD Pro does have leather here on the back side, and then this is kind of a silver painted trim there. I did want to show you the shifter does have the manual shift, so if you want to work through the gears yourself, you can do that. Then there's a storage cubby here, another cup holder, heated seat controls right here, front driver, front passenger, and then this switch right here is for the rear window. So the back window way back here, you can roll that up and down using the switch. With the sunroof having all the windows open and the back window, it feels like a convertible, really. It's a super great feature to have. And we'll take a quick look at our center armrest. It's big enough for 2 arms, more of that red stitching on the armrest. Of course, it's padded. And then underneath there's a little pocket here, place for ink pens. And then there's nice storage down there. And you can see way down there, there's a 12-volt power outlet down there. And then this here is where you can put your coins for your tolls and such. I did want to show you the 360 view on that camera. So I'm going to tap the button over here and put it in 360 mode. And so that right there is the snowbank that's right in front of the truck. So you can see it's got that front camera working, and then here's our overhead view, and again that snowbank, and I can see the back side of it as well. So it really gives you a lot of great capabilities to see what's going on around you. That'll come in super handy when you're driving off-road. It'll help you be able to see what's in front of you, what might be some hazards you want to be aware of. So over on the dashboard, this is a padded dashboard. There's an airbag in here, kind of a gunmetal or metallic style trim here. Locking glove box. It's a nice size glove box, and of course you have your owner's manuals in there as well. As far as passenger assist grips, there's one right here. There's another one up there in the pillar there. There's also side curtain airbags up there. As far as visors go, these are lighted vanity mirrors, and then the visors do have extenders on there as well. And then our overhead console right here, you've got some lighting, you've got your garage door openers, moonroof controls, and this moonroof does have a sliding visor, so you can slide it back. It also opens up and tilts. Here's your safety connect controls. Here's your rear differential lock. Here's your active track on and off, traction control on and off. And then this is where all the magic happens with your multi-train select and all of the different adjustments that you can make for there. There are some really cool videos online. I haven't done one yet, but I'll see if I can do a link in the description to show you how that works. That multi-terrain select and the driver's assist package, man, it works amazing on these things. And then our rear view mirror is an automatic dimming mirror. There's some switches down here, so you can turn that on and off for people kind of driving behind you. So that's a quick look up front on the 4RUNNER TRD Pro. I'm going to go ahead and jump in the back seat. Before I sit inside, I want to show you the door panel on here. Very similar to what we saw up front with the red stitching, the gloss black metallic trim here, auto up and down, chrome door handle, There's bottle holders, there's a puddle light down there, and there's also a speaker in the door. So very similar to what we saw up front. These back windows do have privacy glass. Let me go ahead and just jump in here. By the way, this one has also the running boards, which does make it easier to get in because there is a bit of a step up to get inside here. So here's a quick look at the driver's compartment from the back seat. Back seat sits up a little bit higher, so it is easier to see out through the front from the rear seat. There's your moonroof. We've got an overhead light here. There's also passenger assist grips back here with dry cleaning hooks, side curtain airbags. Now I've got this seat on this side. This is down. This is 60% of the rear seat. You can see we do have tethers for child safety seats. Here's your first aid kit. I just wanted to show you how that kind of folds down. Of course, you can drop down both back seats if you're looking for maximum cargo in here. Now these seats, to pull them back up, just grab it right there, bring it up like so, put that armrest back up there. One of the things I like about the seats back here is when the seat base is folded up, you've got a nice spot here. So if you have, some luggage or a toolbox or something like that, and you don't want to damage your seats by setting it on top of your seats, you can pop this up here and you're going to be able to add some protection to your seats. We do have 3 seat belts, height adjustable headrest in the back. Let me put this down here real quick. These are the Softech fabric seats, 3 passenger seating with 3 seat belts, and then we do have cup holders in the armrest right there. Also pockets on the backs of both seats, kind of like a netting, and then 2 vents with on and off, and then the USB ports down there on the floor as well to plug in your items. Those are USB-C. I'm sorry, no, they're USB-A. My bad, USB-A. And then pocket here. Now I've got this driver's seat all the way back. I want to demonstrate the knee room. These seats carve out a little bit, so there's still about 4, maybe 5 inches of leg room behind this seat for me. I'm 5'7", so a little bit shorter than average, but you can definitely set adults back here really with no problem. Let's go ahead and check out the trunk now. Okay, I wanted to mention once again that the rear hatch on here is not a power lift gate. It is a fully manual, and the step bumper is quite large, so it's easy to get in. You can sit down on it to get your boots off, what have you. There are 2 speakers in the back here, and also 2 of these cargo lights up here. And that tailgate lifts up nice and high. It's not height adjustable, so if you have height issues in your garage, it might be a problem. But for tailgating, this thing is awesome. Now the TRD Pro does come with the all-weather floor liners. That's what's in this box right here. And I wanted to show you that it is branded with the TRD Pro brands. These are really good, high-quality floor liners, so they do come included with the TRD Pro package. Back to the inside, nice low lift over height here, carpeted cargo area, does come with the cargo net here, little storage pockets on the sides there. We've got tie down hooks back here as well, and then over on this side here, there's our subwoofer for our JBL audio system, 120 watt, standard cigarette lighter style, tie down hooks here. You can get, it does come with a cargo net, does not come with the cargo cover, that's an option. And then you can see there's tie down hooks up here as well. Spare tires mounted underneath, and I did fold that back seat down right there just to give you an example of how far up that goes. So there's a tremendous amount of space back here. There's laundry or dry cleaning hooks back here, and then you've got some antennas in the windows as well for your sound system. So a lot of space back here. You could probably throw a single air mattress in there and do a quick weekend trip. Okay, there you go. That's the 2022 Toyota 4RUNNER TRD Pro. All new color for 2022. Lime Rush. Hey, let me know in the comments your thoughts on this color. I realize it's not for everybody, but for those of you who want something unique, this could be the right vehicle for you. Hey, if you like this video, feel free to subscribe and hit the thumbs up. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, let me know in the comments and I'll do my best to answer them. This is Tony here at Smart Toyota in Madison, Wisconsin. Thanks for watching.